Most of the time, and throughout my life, I have had a fear of not being correct. I have this nagging in the back of my mind, at almost any given time, that I might be wrong. This is what drives me to make sure that my current views are based in reality. It is also one of the main sources of my anxiety. This results in my occasionally radically changing my view of a subject. Every time there's a change, even a small change, I have to recalibrate my thinking in just about everything to accommodate that change. This has always caused me problems in workplaces because if there's one thing that has changed about a procedure at a job, I have to recalibrate, which can take me a little bit of time to adjust to. Whatever it is, if I find that somewhere along the way I've thought about something doesn't make sense, and I start to recalibrate it from the beginning without finishing the previous calibration, sometimes my mind acts like a hard drive that seriously needs defragging, and it eventually gets defragged as associations are reestablished, but during the time it needs defragging, it's very easy to get annoyed by things. Over the years, I've found that a lot of people just don't want to look at reality. They want to look at the things in front of them like someone only willing to look at their next move, not even look at one move ahead of that during a game of chess. They don't want to have to put much thought into it. They would rather just do everything on automatic. Now, I suppose the fear of no longer doing things on automatic could be overwhelming for some people who have been raised a certain way. Like, for instance, someone could have a fear of the way they breathe. We obviously breathe automatically, but we can also control it. Thinking about it too much can result in a strange fear, that whole question of, well, what if I forget to breathe? Well, you'll eventually realize that you've forgotten to breathe. But too many people, in my opinion, don't want to put much thought into the way they do much of anything. I mean, it's nice when someone does an exemplary job that's extremely difficult that they don't have to put any thought into because they just do it on automatic. That makes things quite nice for that person. They're being paid to do a difficult job that's easy for them. But besides that sort of thing, our not thinking about the way we do things can eventually have negative effects on us. Let's take the way we walk, for instance. When you walk heel first, every time your heel hits the ground, it reverberates up your spine. Shoes have been designed to enforce this way of walking. If you walk with the ball of your feet first, you can use your feet as shock absorbers for your legs and spine. But that would look funny, so we don't do it and don't even think about it. Granted, we can't really run that way, or at least not very easily, but running isn't actually very good on the body. Sure, it brings up the heart rate and makes someone sweat, and it obviously gives someone exercise, but what it does to someone's joints and bones and spine isn't so great. People generally don't think about the way they talk, the way they drive, the way they move, their body language, the way they approach problems, the way they break apart information, a whole bunch of stuff. Bionic Dance has been known to say, don't do things on automatic, instead think. And I couldn't agree with her more.